Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I've got mine. So listen, I don't know why I'm so joyful this morning. There was a mass shooting yesterday here in South Carolina. In case you have not heard, it happened at Willie's Bar and Grill around 1 a.m. This morning. And 4 people were shot and killed. 4 people are in critical condition, and 20 others have been injured. And I'm hearing that it happened in the Gullah Geechee community. And so once I heard that, I knew it was black people involved. However, we don't know who the shooter is yet. We don't know what that shooter looks like. If it was one of us or if it was one of them. They said that they heard machine gun fire. So I am going to stay on top of this story because, you know, those additional layers do matter. And then I hear that there was a mass shooting the day prior to that in Mississippi. You know, we're getting to the point where mass shootings are so common occurrence, they're not even being reported anymore. Remember when mass shootings, you know, back during the Columbine, Sandy Hook years, Virginia Tech years, how that used to be major news. All major news outlets carried it. And, you know, reporters would be on the scene, and it would just be a really big to-do. Because it is a really big to-do when some crazy-ass American gets it in their head to go murder people who have nothing to do with whatever it is they're going through in the moment. That's you know, we used to report on it, and now we don't report on it anymore. You know, it's now you hear it on social media. That's how I get it. I hear it on social media, and then I go look for reputable news agencies to verify what it is I'm hearing on social media, because obviously you can't believe everything you hear on social media, and so you have to verify it. And it's just America has become such a tragic place. It has, and it's one of the reasons why, you know, my husband and I are opting to leave it. You know, one of my followers a couple of days ago, when I was talking about Canada and how that kind of fell through for us, and we were looking at another country that I shall not name as of right now, because of everything that happened in Canada. And they were saying, why would you want to leave? This is our nation. Yeah. You know, that's another reason why I'm not giving the name of the second country, and I'm just gonna, you know, keep information closer. You know, I'm just gonna, you know, because I constantly get comments like that. That's why I made all of the Canadian videos, why I made them for members only, you know, because I'm not saying that people that don't have a membership don't support me. Obviously that's not true. But people who have memberships, they tend to be more supportive of me. And they tend to be more understanding and more graceful. You know, they give me more grace. And so, and like, even when we go to Canada, I think it's Friday, that's on our itinerary to go to Canada. That will be for members only. You know what I'm saying? When I hit the streets of Detroit and do a little Detroit content, it'll be for members only. But going back to what this person said, you know, here's the thing. I'm always resentful when someone asks me to explain myself in that way, because I'm grown. I'm so grown. I'm 54 years old and I'm grown. And I have explained some of my reasons why we want to leave America, but I'm not going to explain myself because somebody feels like they don't want to leave America, and they don't feel like other black people should leave America. And so they just want us to all be here together, suffering through this shit together. Now listen, if your life here in America is good, mine isn't. I don't want to keep, I have fought too hard. I have done too much. And I don't want to be in this hateful ass nation anymore. I don't. And if there is a way for me to leave it, I'm going to leave it. And that's all there is to it. And you ain't got to like it. I'm not asking you to like it, but it's my grown ass decision. And fuck you for trying to make me feel like that's something that I have to explain to you, or that I'm doing something wrong because I'm not making a move that you would make. You want to stay here? Stay your ass here. You want to leave, leave. We all have, this is what I mean when people don't believe in self-agency and bodily autonomy like they say they do. Y'all don't believe in that shit like y'all say y'all do. Because if you did, you would let other people make the decisions that they want for their own grown-ass lives. And y'all don't do that. But anyway, enough of that. I done went on a rant. Let me say thank you so much to Tracy. Tracy, you are one of the angels of our library pantry, and I appreciate you so much for your generosity, sister. I do. You know, I'm starting to think that it's just because you're not the only Tracy. Your name is spelled Tracy, and the other Tracy's name is spelled Tracey. And I'm just starting to think that Tracy's are just really generous people, and really, you know, I could be biased, maybe. I don't spell mine the way you two ladies spell yours, but I don't know. Tracy's tend to just be cool people. Every Tracy I ever met was a good person. No lie. No lie. But anyway, listen. You know, speaking of mass shootings and people who are out here committing those kinds of atrocities, weak-minded people, you know, those are the people that I keep away from me. I do. Whether it's in real life or whether it's on social media, I don't fuck with weak-minded people. I don't fuck with people who are easily led. People who are easily led, when I tell you, easily led people will destroy a life worth living. They will. I mean, take this whole, you know, like with Donald Trump, this Trump administration, look at how many people on the right were so easily led and so easily influenced. Weak-minded people are very easy to influence. And people who are easy to influence will make the lives of the rest of us miserable. They are. Whether you talking about what, and you know, and it's so easy to influence weak-minded people. Whether it's through politics, you know, look at that whole purple revolution thing that they thought they were going to do on the right side of the aisle. And that purple revolution guy, look how long it took him to go back to wearing his 1776 shirt, that racist ass t-shirt. But they want to put politics aside and they want to join with the left because they realize what the people on the right at the top, at the very top, are doing to them. Making life miserable for them, making life harder for them. They can't afford their groceries, their rent, their homeowners, their mortgages, their cars, their car notes. They can't afford their shit either. They losing their farms, losing their jobs, going to food pantry, food banks. I told you the one that I volunteered at was getting more and more white people per week. Even though it was in the black community, it was getting more and more white people per week. More and more were flooding in. And they were the ones that was making it hard on everybody. Because these are the people that will use the rest of us up for our resources, and they still will not check their racism, their anti-blackness, or any of their other fucked up ideologies. And that's what they wanted to do with this purple revolution. They wanted our numbers. They really wanted us on the front lines fighting for them. And then they wanted to quietly, without any kind of accountability, they would later on go right back to being racist. So when everybody on the left said fuck your purple revolution, it took them no time at all, because they didn't do the work to deconstruct. They didn't, you know, if you really want to join in with marginalized communities on making the world better, you will do your work as a racist white person. You will just do your work. You will deconstruct. So you can get to the point where you can tear down those systems of oppression. The systems that their ancestors built, to which they still benefit. Even though they are suffering, they are still benefiting from those systems, while the rest of us are being crushed by them. Are weak-minded people. And it's so many different ways to condition weak-minded people, like that person that walked into Willie's Bar and Grill and murdered people. You can do it through politics, television, video games. It's in the church. It's in the schools. It's in the workplace. And you know where else it is? Very, very prominent. It's in the families. Because racist family members condition other family members to be racist and hateful too. We pass all our bullshit down to our kids. And we condition them to be fucked up too. And that's why I don't let a weak man buy me. Not in my real life, not in my family life, and not here on social media, which is why so many of you all are blocked. 1 minute, y'all talking like y'all. I get a lot of people that 1 minute, they talking like they want to be in community. And then they come back the next day and say some totally off the wall shit. Totally off the wall shit. I had somebody say some off the wall shit to me yesterday. And I looked, whenever I get ready to block somebody, I always look to see how many other comments they made before I block them on the comment that I'm blocking them on. And they made 23 other comments. And they said, do you really think that the people, that the government is in control, that the government is in power? And when you ask a question like that, what you're doing is you're basically challenging someone's intellect. And when you're challenging someone's intellect, you're basically calling them stupid. And so based on a video where you took one thing that I said out of a video and you intentionally misunderstood it, you think that you now understand me, and you don't. You have to have been following me for a while to understand where my principles lie, where my ideologies lie, where my belief systems lie. If you want to have a conversation with me, that's not the way to have a conversation with me. I don't engage that shit. But a weak mind, I don't do weak minds. I don't tangle with y'all in the comments. I don't tangle with y'all in real life. I don't entertain a weak mind. Weak-minded people are dangerous people. Stay away from them. They mean you no good. And even when they attempt to challenge you by misunderstanding you, walk away from them. Because they're not trying to have a conversation. They're trying to have an argument. And they're missing your point on purpose in order to do that. Stay away from those weak minds. That is all that I have for today, you guys. If you would like to support the platform or the Library Pantry or buy me a cup of coffee, I will leave my Cash App and my Venmo down in the comments. Make sure that you have a righteous day. And when I say by having a righteous day, when we talk about that, we mean make sure that you make good decisions, good choices by yourself and by others. And if you can help another black person today, help them just because they're black. Don't be nobody's problem out here. When I say don't be nobody's problem out here, y'all know what I mean, don't you? I mean, don't be out here making life harder for other people just because you're having a bad moment. Or just because your life isn't where you want it right now. You don't have to make shit harder for the next person. Y'all have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow.